As you've probably read from the title of this video, this is 3 places you should not miss on your next trip to Tokyo. So first off, I think a lot of you have already heard of this, Team Lab Planets. There is also Team Lab Borderless, which closed and then reopened a lot more recently, and you can see here all of the visuals. Now you might be asking yourself, why would I go somewhere to a place like this for photos? Well, let me tell you, I'm not sure about Borderless. I heard that it will be more on the visual. It's like a continuous space, because unlike this, we went to Team Lab Planets. With Team Lab Planets, there is a set space you can go through, so sometimes when there are a lot of people, the staff will ask you to hurry along and there is only one path. Well, people say, the reviewers would recommend Team Lab Planets because it's a lot more immersive compared to Borderless, which is more visual. And then there are also places where the ground changes, and of course there are the visuals, the beautiful visuals, the different colors, and it all looks amazing right now on video, right? But it looks better, let me tell you, a lot, 100 times better in person. The flooring in Team Lab Planets is really unusual. There are times where your feet might get wet. They will also provide you with some towels, and after that you resume to more colors. Now it might not look as pleasing on video, probably because of the phone that I'm using, but in person this all looks amazing. I mean, there are even areas where the art really encompasses you all around, so you feel like you are one with the art, but there are only glass on the floor and maybe on the ceiling to reflect that. It was a really fun and memorable experience, especially since this is my first time in areas like these. Although it was raining during that time, it was a rainy season by the time we went there. It was around February, so it's still winter, weather is rainy, but after that they will provide you with some umbrellas, so don't you worry. There is the garden that I think most people take photos in. They let people in by groups, so we were waiting while the first group was finishing up with their photos and immersion. By the way, the flowers smell really good, so I think these are real flowers. Anyways, next up is the making of Harry Potter. Now, there is also, I think, on the western areas where these studios are also open, but this is the first in Tokyo and probably in Asia if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there is a line, but we got our tickets on Klook. Same with Team Lab Planets. I think it's a lot more convenient to have them on your phone ready in one app, but that's just me. Anyways, we spent a lot of time in this shop. Some people say that don't stay too long on the shop and on the food court, but we managed to skip the food court at the start. But the shop, oh, it's so enticing. It looks so amazing, so cute, and we probably spent about 1 to 2 hours inside. We also got fascinated by the wands, but we didn't buy that. Instead, we got some souvenirs and also the robe. Hi guys. So yeah, I'm wearing the robe, Hufflepuff. I'm not sure if I'm a Hufflepuff though, but we got it because my sister also thinks that the red and yellow just match well together on photo. So that's about it. We're back on the lobby. Here is the food court in the meantime, and here is the map just in case you're curious. We get to wait a little outside before they finally let us in. And here is the video at the start of the tour. Lots of lines, but don't worry because the lines are fast. People typically spend on average 4 to 5 hours here, which we also did. But some people say that they also need a whole day just to explore this place, especially if you want to take photos on each area and listen to all the explanations on how they made Harry Potter. Some people might be fascinated by that, some people will not. We just skimmed through all of these, but it was a fascinating experience. I mean, look at those stairs, it's moving. See the set, it's so big, it's so lifelike. It's like you're already in there. Anyways, there are places also we can take free photos and videos, and it will be on your phone for you to download. It's a good memorabilia to say the least. And here is us going through all of the set pieces. So yeah, it's very organized. I mean, some spaces are dedicated to the sound, spaces are dedicated to the animation, to the costumes, to the set design, everything you can think about in film. So if you're a film buff or maybe film enthusiast, I think, or especially if you're an avid Harry Potter fan, I think this is one of the places to go to and maybe take some cute photos. I mean, it all already looks wonderful on video, but like Team Lab Planets, I think this is one. Despite seeing hundreds or maybe even thousands of videos and pictures online, it's different when you see it in person. So this is me taking footages for you guys who might not have the time to go all the way to Tokyo just to experience this. But hey, you clicked on a video at places you should go to Tokyo, so I'm assuming you already have Tokyo in mind and are just looking for places to spend your time. So yeah, if you get the tickets as early as the morning, great. But we got our tickets at around 12 p.m. scheduled. So we got in a little more late, but seeing as we did not line up much, we did not listen to everything that was pre-recorded, explained. We just went through everything. You see that line? It's a lot of line. And just if there is one thing I would highly recommend you try out, especially if you're on a budget and you just bought the tickets, no plan to shop or even buy the food, butterbeer is the thing you must not miss. This is really hard to describe. I think this is cream cheese on top, but the carbonated drink, if I'm not mistaken, is really good. There's also some shops or for food, but there is a long line for every single thing. So yeah, just got the butterbeer, some popcorn, and if you paid extra, you can keep the glass. Well, of course, washing it first and then take it with you at home. Aside from that, lots of life-size photo places, especially this home of Harry Potter, where you can also line up. We were curious what was inside, so we did line up, and then here it is, just an exhibition with explanations on how they did it and also some photos you can see on your way. And I could say that this line was fairly fast, so if you take a lot of time with photos, then you better hurry along because there are people behind you. We also lined up for this train. I think this is also one of the highlights. You can also line up to the right side there, pushing the cart, but that's just a personal preference. If you have lots of time to spare, yeah, sure, why not? But we only had a few hours, so here it is, choosing where to line up. I've been rambling for a few minutes now because I wanted to show you as much as I can with the little time that we have here, but I guess the place is bigger than it seems because I have never run out of shots and places to show you. I think this will be the longest segment in this 3 places you should go to Tokyo. Yeah. And you can also try and experience riding a broom with a green screen at the back. Unfortunately, we cannot film that spot, but you get the idea, right? It's a real film studio set design you can experience for yourself. But before you go, you get to see this place, lots more visually appealing sights left, right, and center. And then finally, you end with this castle, which also changes color, by the way. I think it's just blue and this white. Anyway, beautiful in person. And finally, we made our last stop to this frog cafe just to try out this gelatin drink, the Niffler, and the donut. Though I like the drink even more. If there is one thing I would choose, it's the butterbeer and the Niffler. Anyways, we got some souvenirs. This is the free video that we got. You can also get that. You know, they provide you with QR codes where you can scan They will explain that at the entrance, and that's about it. If you don't mind lining up for retail stuff, this is actually my first time lining up like this for shoes. I only buy shoes when I need them, but my shoes were almost broken, so I don't mind lining up probably an hour. The crowd control was amazing. There is a picture spot at the ground level if you want that. But in the Philippines, I don't think we have Cloud Monster 2s yet. In your country, you might, especially they say if you live in Europe or near Europe, these you can buy these. But yeah, these are more bouncier than the Cloud Monster ones. If you like shoes, I'm not exactly a shoe buff, but I could feel really the difference of the cushion. Like every time I step, it compresses. It's bouncy, especially when I do cardio. I jog or run for a few minutes after my strength training, so these are really helpful. That's about it. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. I sometimes do reviews like this, but mostly it's food reviews and mukbangs. So if you enjoy that, enjoy this interaction, want to see more of me, maybe subscribe pretty please, and I'll see you in the next video. Again, bye. Not to waste any more of your time. Music.